Dennis Horton is joining us. He's the director of the Rockford Regional Office of the Better Business Bureau. Dennis, good morning to you.
Good morning, Riley.
How's everything going this morning?
Well, not so great, but...
I always love the pause and the, some computer difficulties. We're familiar with the concept.
Yes, I try to be prepared when I call in to talk with you. So far this morning, I dialed the wrong number to reach you, and I cannot get into my notes for today. But I have a couple of things I'd like to talk to you about.
Sure, and I'm here to listen to it. What do you have?
One of them is it directly affects the BBB. There is a BBB phishing scam taking place. This is almost an ongoing issue, but the scammers are ramping up again to try to trick business owners into providing them with credit card information with false claims that they have complaints that they must resolve. And in order to do that, we need some information from you. And they then get whatever information they are seeking, credit card information, business information, financial information, because that's some of the things that we ask for when we are accrediting a business. They are using those same tactics to try to scam businesses into providing them with the money that they would pay for an accreditation.
Wow.
What we would ask anyone to do if they receive an email that looks like a notice of complaint, to one, do not click on any of the links in that because you may be downloading malware to your computer. Instead, delete it and then give us a call. Make some notes on what time you received the email, where it was purportedly coming from. Give us a call, and we will be following it up. So far, the BBB and IT wizards in Arlington have shut down 175 websites that are yes. It's really prevalent right now, so we want to make sure that all business people are aware of it.
So they purport to be with the Better Business Bureau?
That's right. Well, because people would trust.
Sure.
Trust. And if it looks like a complaint, complaints are not a horrible thing. Businesses get them. But when you receive this email and you are unaware that you have had any problems with any of your customers and it looks like a complaint from someone, people react very quickly, and that's when they get into trouble. So we're saying if you get an email that looks like is coming from the BBB and is a complaint notification, before you click on anything, give us a call.
Yep, just don't do it. Just pick up the phone and ring in and go, hey, did you guys send this to me? Because I'm sure that you have records that would quickly add up and go, yep, we did send you a note.
Yes, so yeah, and then we would tell you, go ahead and respond to it. And it's safe to click on links. But other than that, if you receive something and it is somewhat perplexing to you, please don't click on any links in that email, because we don't want your computers to be locked up or malware infecting your computer that will read all of your financial information and all those things that could possibly happen.
Yep, and that's one of those things to keep in mind, even if it isn't from the BBB, it's from somebody you don't know or somebody that normally does not contact you in this manner. Now they've dropped you an email and they're looking for information and all that. Call their number and don't use the number that they give you on that email.
Very good. You're absolutely right. It's not just the BBB that gets involved in these kinds of scams. It happens with many different kinds of businesses and under many different kinds of situations. So you are right. First, react slowly and do your due diligence before you click on links from someone that you don't know.
And this is, one that I've got some personal experience. At the tail end of last week, I get home and my wife says to me, you need to take a look at this thing that we got from Amazon. I think we've got a problem. And, okay, well, what is it? It's an email from Amazon. It's got their logo. Underneath, it's got Amazon, this, that, something else, saying that there's a problem with my account. It has been suspended. I need to click right here and go in and get my information re-entered again so they can open up my account. And my wife was, well, I don't know what happened here, but I've got stuff that's coming, and now it says that our account's locked, and this. And I said, all right, well, let's try a little test. What is it that we need right now? Well, I need a package of this. All right, go over to the app, order it, see what it says. So we did. No problem whatsoever. The account not locked in any way, shape, manner, or form. But if we'd have gone with that email, then somebody's got all my information, including my credit card and all that's involved in that Amazon account.
Exactly, and you're not the only one. I've been on the phones this week, and we've received several other calls from people who have been getting the Amazon scams.
Yep, so be careful with that one. Do not respond to that email, and just as a test like we did, use your app or another way that you would normally order. Find something that you need. It can be, the lowest price thing. You don't need to spend any real money to do it. And place your order. If your account really has been suspended or locked up, it will instantly tell you that.
Exactly, you're right. And another thing that is happening, I have a couple of friends, high school friends, who have called this week, and one who I ran into on the street, who said that they were doing something that we always want people to guard against doing. They think it's a smart idea to get on the phone with a scammer and to try to out-talk them or outwit them.
Yeah, I see a lot of videos of people posting that on YouTube, of them really giving a scammer a hard time, really running them through their paces.
Yes. Well, you are an amateur at that.
Right.
And the scammers are professionals at that. And while you're spending a lot of time, or you think you are ruining their day by keeping them on the phone and they're not getting anything, you're not exactly certain of what kind of information they're looking for. Number one, you have confirmed the fact that this is a working phone number,
right,
and that they will now be able to sell that number to other scammers. But the one thing, and Dwayne, I hear him saying it to people every single day, do not try to make them angry, because these robocalls that they're doing are automatic dialers, and they can set their computers to dial you every 5 minutes, and it has happened to people where they've been called every 5 minutes for a 24-hour period.
Oh.
Now, if you think that the few calls that you have gotten were annoying, make them angry and have your phone locked up by them dialing you every 5 minutes for 24 hours.
That's one thing you never see them warn about on these videos.
Exactly. So don't play games. They're experts at it, and you may inadvertently give them some information that they were seeking. We don't know exactly what they're doing or what information they're going to use. We look for the basic information. If they're looking for personal information or financial information and things of that nature, but they may just simply be making sure that this is a working phone number, and then they have a guy on the phone or a lady on the phone who is chatty. And they may start asking you questions that you didn't see coming, and you may inadvertently divulge some information that you didn't intend to. So don't play games. Yeah,
while you're patting yourself on the back for your clever repartee with this person on the phone, little did you know they gleaned exactly what they were looking for, and now your trouble starts.
Exactly.
Or you pissed them off to the point that they're going to set robo-dial on every 5 minutes for the next 6 days to really get your attention.
Yes, so they are professionals in there, and they we are hoping that we are going to someday win, but the scammers and the crooks out there are pretty good at staying one step ahead of us. So we know not to do it, and we're warning you not to do it as well.
Yeah, don't mess around. As tempting as it will be, because part of it is you're angry that this is happening, and so I'm gonna let somebody have it. Don't hang up the phone and let the air around you have it when you're done.
That's true. Swear up a blue streak if you like.
Right. Just make sure your office door is closed and nobody's around. You don't want to get written up by HR. But other than that, yeah, let it fly from there, and you should be good to go.
And I got a call yesterday from a gentleman who was looking for a business that had come to his mother-in-law's door, and she signed a contract for work to be done. He was a little concerned about it because he's listened to us talking about door knockers and people who at this time of the year, and it's year-round, but right now they're going to be knocking on your door, offering to do work for you, to make sure your house is winter-ready and those sorts of things. Well, he wanted to talk with the company that knocked on the door, and neither he nor I could find anything about this business.
Oh, boy.
And I searched our database, which covers the country, and certainly most of northern Illinois. Now, we don't have every single business in there, but we have quite a few We could find no information by name, by business, by telephone number, by address. A Google search turned up absolutely nothing on this individual. Fortunately, his mother-in-law had not paid any money in advance, but she has signed some kind of contract, warning people to not do that. When someone knocks on your door, before you sign any kind of contract, and certainly don't give them any money up front, check them out. Make sure that someone knows something about them. Give us a call here, and we will do our best to provide you with any information that we have. And if we don't have any, we will search for that information to try to keep you out of harm's way.
And because once you sign that contract, though, that limits what you can do at the BBB, right, Dennis?
That's correct. And he was trying to get in under the wire under the 3-day period so that the contract would not automatically be enforced. And he had 1 day left to do it, and that's today. And he still has not found any information. Hopefully, the individual is going to come back and talk to him about the work. Otherwise, he's very smart in saying we're not going to do business with someone we can't find out anything about them.
No, and that's, once again, that's where the BBB comes into play. Because as you mentioned, you don't have every single business that everyone in the country has running, but boy, you've got the majority of them.
Right, and that's what we're here for. We're here to try to protect the public from getting into situations that can be avoided.
One other question before I let you get on with a busy day here, Dennis. Robocall volume. I use myself as the canary in the coal mine on this one. I'm averaging at about 9 to 10 a day. On my cell, where we get a couple on our antiquated home phone as well, but most of them are hitting on the cell, and I'm about 10 to 12 per day, and more people I talk to are finding themselves in about that same area, where it's not just the one a week, a couple here and there. They're barraging on a daily basis.
I was also in the 10 to 12 per day. The legislation that was enacted to have the vendors, the phone companies, do something about this has been enacted. And what I have found, I happen to have AT&T, and what I have found now is that my robocall volume is down to about 1 or 2 a day, because of the blocking technology that they're using to keep my phone from ringing.
Nice.
All of the vendors are supposed to have technology ready, and I believe it's by the end of November, certainly by the end of this year, that is designed to reduce or alert you to robocall or spam calls, and to block many of those calls, so you don't even have to deal with it. My phone will ring once and it stops. Nice.
Yeah, that would be a godsend at this point, because it's the point now that the first thing I think of when my phone rings is to swipe decline, because I have got a pretty good idea that it's not going to be anyone I know, and it's going to be someone wanting to liberate funds from my pocket.
Yes. If your phone, if you're still getting those calls, you might want to check with your phone provider, your company, and find out when they're going to be turning their system on that is going to truly reduce the calls. It has made an amazing difference on my phone.
Outstanding. All right, you guys, get in touch with your carriers if you're finding the same thing happening to you. Dennis, for people who have questions, comments, concerns, want to know more about anything we've covered or anything we've touched in the past, what's the best bet for getting in touch with you?
They can give us a call here at the BBB at 815-963-2222.
2222. Dennis, as always, thanks for the wealth of information. Have a great rest of the week. We'll look forward to our next visit.
Thank you, Robbie. You have a great week, too.
There's our friend Dennis Horton. He's the director of the Rockford Regional Office of the Better Business Bureau.